Generative AI has arrived in a flurry.
If I didn't know what a hollyhock was, I could just ask AI to generate one for me.
Is anything lost here? What's the difference? Hello and welcome to the Musings of an English Educator. Today we're discussing what role should AI have in a high school classroom. I just finished reading YA novel Scythe by Neil Shusterman, published in 2016. The setting is a futuristic, utopian world where AI, called the Thunderhead, has taken over all human government so that finally we have a perfect system. By pulling from all the world's uploaded data, AI is able to find solutions that we, as power-hungry humans, cannot. Now, consider 1929 painting from René Magritte, Ceci n'est pas une pipe, or This is not a pipe. Magritte wants viewers to grapple with reality. It is a representation of a pipe, but it is not the physical thing. The question then becomes, what is the purpose of AI? Is the goal for it to become the teacher? Replace the teacher? The same way that AI became the government in Shusterman's novel? Because as humans we're limited, but AI, as it reaches more and more heights, is unlimited, capable of accessing multiple perspectives and thereby perfecting the quality of our assignments that we give out. Just as importantly, as my colleague Jerry pointed out in our recent debate, is the role of AI to replace the student? Because when Gen AI is completing students' work for them, that's what's happening. And lastly, can the representation of learning in digital format be equal to or even greater than physical and tangible learning? It's easy to think of the negatives of AI and to immediately discredit its use. I mean, as human beings, we have evolved to question new things because they're potentially dangerous. As Kristen C. Howard's 2026 article points out, we were also fearful of the written word and calculators, so why should Gen AI be any different? History.com states that November 30th of 2022 is the date that OpenAI released the artificial chatbot ChatGPT to the public, and that it is the fastest growing technology product in history. However, UNESCO cites the challenges that come with AI: over-reliance, ethical concerns, and declining deep reading skills. When you can ask it a question and it will generate an immediate response, students don't have to struggle through learning. The information is right there, ready to copy and paste without actually internalizing any information. We already know that we are not up to par in both math and reading. Between 2018 and 2022, Canada's math scores declined 15 points, and our reading scores dropped by 13 points. And yet CBC's article states that it's not all COVID's fault, bringing up some questions about AI usage in the classroom. So, what's the response? Loyola University Chicago's associate professor states that AI is not a problem in the classroom when a student sits down with a paper and pencil. Is that the answer? In an English high school classroom where writing is a daily practice, will schools that have one-to-one tech need to roll the carts back out of the classroom because we can't trust that our students won't cheat with this tool? IT specialist Mary Beth Hertz would argue that this is an ableist and knee-jerk approach to this new technology. And yet schools in Canada already have procedures in place to exempt students with disabilities from handwritten assignments, so couldn't this be the case here too? Do all students need access to Gen AI all the time? In what world would that really be helpful? It reminds me of M.T. Anderson's 2002 novel, Feed, where 73% of American citizens are constantly connected to a vast digital database that continuously interacts with them. Predictive? Saskatchewan's ELA classrooms have been reduced from 5 mandatory classes to 3, a topic of despair for another day. And in our new curriculum, teachers are encouraged to read Penny Kittle and Kelly Gallagher's 180 Days, Two Teachers and the Quest to Engage and Empower Adolescents. Kittle and Gallagher advocate for daily journal writing, pencil to paper, citing researchers such as Virginia Berniger and Maria Konnikova, who state that students who write by hand produce more ideas and higher quality work. improving memory and learning due to the complex cognitive processing that is involved when students physically write. A more recent article from Vandermeer and Vanderweel has found that handwriting produces significantly more widespread brain connectivity than typing. It's one thing if a student has a disability, but another entirely if we're choosing the path with least resistance for both ourselves and our students. One response has been to simply ban generative AI, such as ChatGPT, from classrooms, which is exactly what New York City schools did in 2023. Jenna Lyle, the department spokesperson, stated that while the tool may be able to provide quick and easy answers to questions, it does not build critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which are essential for academic and lifelong success. I mean, even ChatGPT CEO Sam Altman stated in an X post that it would be a mistake to use ChatGPT for factual queries. So, why are schools so eager to embrace a technology that is still in its stages of infancy? I think one of the keys for appropriate and educational use of Gen AI for both teachers and students lies in Howard's 2026 article, where she states that AI is a tool for those who already possess a deep disciplinary expertise. She states that for a student who has not yet developed that skill, the same tool can silently substitute for the struggle that builds expertise in the first place. Used without reflection, Gen AI strips away that difficulty before students have had the chance to benefit from it. And one such skill that Gen AI is stripping away is close reading. Close reading requires time and effort, yet this is the type of task that Gen AI can perform quickly and fluently. Students who reach for that before developing the underlying skill have saved time, but have skipped the very thing that was supposed to change how they think. It's important to note that Howard is actually an advocate for the use of Gen AI in schools, yet she distinguishes the importance of students having mastered certain skills before using it and avoiding its use in other ways altogether, such as the case of close reading. Khan Academy's creator, Salman Khan, in an interview with PBS News, agrees that unfettered use of AI will have negative effects. He advocates for guardrails placed around AI usage, again fostering a time and a place. Khan Academy's AI bot that is now embedded in the program does not give answers in the same way that a good teacher doesn't just give the answer, but prompts learners in asking what they already know, building their curiosity and accessing prior knowledge to arrive at a conclusion. It acts as a guide. It does not function as ChatGPT does in just revealing the answer in the "explain this to me like I'm 10" format. Others, such as cognitive neuroscientist Dr. Horvath, state that schools should be places to learn without AI entirely, only using it when they are masters or professionals outside of high school. Using his logic, I as an English teacher could use Gen AI to help me grade ELA papers as a surface level time saver because I already know my grammar and mechanics well, and so I can scan its feedback and change it if it's wrong. However, if teachers who do not have a mastery of grammar utilize this tool, this would be in violation of how AI should be used. But even if schools could just block every Gen AI site out there, how can schools control students' Gen AI usage when they can access it on their own devices outside of school? One way to resolve the problem is to change the assignment. Peretz's 2022 Slate article suggests that teachers assign oral exams, group projects, and class presentations, instead of the kinds of assignments that could be completed with Gen AI. In an interview with CBC, math teacher Jamie Mitchell uses ChatGPT to solve the same problems that he presents to the class, and then has the students critique the answers, which Jamaica Worrell and Dorothy Johns would agree with, as they state that Gen AI is not neutral and that its very design and regulation excludes Indigenous voices. The most important thing schools can do, Worrell and Johns state, is to teach students to critically examine AI responses in what they leave out and to hallucinate. Another solution brought forth from an ELA teacher in The Guardian is to get students to submit a short and sweet video response to restate their thesis, review some of their best evidence, their best arguments, their reasoning, and to reflect on what they learned, what they struggled with, and where they think they grew. I mean, it's easy to just do the quick and simple "no AI," as clear-cut as "no hands," but Professor John Spencer helps us to avoid these types of overreactions, stating that he's watched as one-to-one devices, laptops, and adaptive learning programs have all promised to replace teachers, which is now the promise of AI, but he doesn't buy it. Because teaching will always be a deeply relational endeavor, filled with mistakes and missteps and false starts. That's just the beauty of it. We can often recognize AI writing because it's not actually excellent writing. It lacks the human element. Spencer argues that we need to embrace our human, our empathy, curiosity, uniqueness, but this doesn't mean a complete rejection of AI. It can be a starting point, we can build off of it, add our own voice and humor. So maybe AI does give the hook to the essay, or helps with organization ideas, or brainstorming. If that helps a reluctant writer to write, is that okay? Or should we force all students to take the hard route? If we had students become okay with telling us that they took the hook off ChatGPT, then they followed ChatGPT's outline, would we grade it at the same level as the student who did it all on their own? I do think that we need to err on the side of caution. A 2026 article by Sunga et al. States that there is little causal evidence on whether AI-assisted teaching improves or harms student outcomes. The article critiques teachers' adoption of AI to plan their lessons, as it removes the human element out of teaching and makes the learning unauthentic and impersonal, the very things that John Spencer says are central to learning. And I can't help but wonder, in research that's claiming that AI is improving grades, is that because maybe AI is being the student? Anyway, luckily, there are ways for teachers to see if students are using generative AI tools when they shouldn't be. While there's always voices out there stating that there's no clear-cut way to know with certainty whether students are using AI, the throw our hands up in the air approach isn't helpful. While not every AI detector is equal, and the reliable ones require you to dig into your pockets, programs such as Pangram, GPT-0, and Winston AI are among some of the top-rated options to save teachers the agonizing time of catching AI usage, especially in cases where they may not know the writing style of their students very well. So, what is the role of AI in the high school classroom? I think it varies. Educational companies such as Khan Academy are developing AI to act more like a teacher, making equitable education opportunities for students who may not be able to go to a physical building. Yet, the best education always occurs from human connection, despite and because of our faults. Humans are relational and have evolved to learn from each other. While AI has the ability to save time, like perhaps finding the wayward apostrophes and comma splices, it's only my own human brain who can see the fragment as punctuation and emphasis, with 2 check marks and a wow beside it. The moment that our students think our lesson plans and grading are robotic, we've lost them. And the moment we stop trying, for all it's worth, to protect the budding brains of children in the short 12 years that we have them, we've lost ourselves.
So if you're asking me if I'd rather look at a picture of hollyhocks or actually be beside them, obviously I'm going to choose to be in their environment. And that's the same with teaching. If we can teach face-to-face, that's how we want to do it. But generative AI has a place in learning too. Thanks for watching.